Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Stakehouse community call number 15. Stakehouse is a community where we are trying to lower the technical barrier to staking on Ethereum. So, welcome everyone. I'm Remy. I'll be your host for today community call, but I'm also joined by James, James He from Prism. Hello, James.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Good, good. Great
Awesome.
to be here.
I'm also joined by Mike Shaw, who's doing a lot of things in the background. If you don't know him, hello, Mike.
Hey guys,
How
good to be here.
how you doing today?
Yeah, doing well, doing well.
Awesome. And I'm joined with Buddha. I don't know if Buddha's gonna talk, but he's our Discord operator.
Hi guys, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk, but I'm here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We have a nice call planned for today. Let me share my screen to check out the agenda here. There you go. So today we're gonna talk about Devconnect. We've got a bunch of things to talk about this. We'll talk about the hackathon at Devconnect, the e-sticker hackathon. There's a bunch of hackathons there, but the one which we are more interested by is the e-sticker one. We'll talk about a new release of the Wagyu Kijin. James is going to talk about some of the new changes with the upcoming merge on Ethereum. One of those is the fee recipient. So we'll see how that ties in. We'll do the Poat distribution. So we'll have a Poat for the watchers, people watching at home. And we'll have some things to say about staking tools that are Kiln ready. So if you've not heard about Kiln, we'll talk a little more about that. And we'll talk about the recent Gitcoin Grant round 13, which was just finished a few days ago. So let's start with Devconnect. Devconnect is this awesome conference that's going to happen in Amsterdam on April 18. Well, it's going to be like a week-long whole conference between April 18 and April 15th. So it's very soon. There's a lot of things happening there. If you can make it, we would love to see you there. I will be there. There's a few people here who might as well be. I think Buddha's going to be there. James, you're not going to be there, right?
I unfortunately I won't be there, but I did go to ETH Denver, and that was my first conference. So if this is anything like that, then it's definitely worth the go. It's there's so much energy at these conferences. You get to meet so many interesting people. It's well worth it.
It's gonna be awesome, and one of the great thing happening there is just people meeting around. I was at F Denver as well, and I met so many great people. I created connections, and we had some great chat with everyone. So that's a great way of connecting and remoting with people. If you can make it, make sure to come. If you're in Europe, I guess it's easier for you guys. But like, if you can make it, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So there's gonna be a lot of independent Ethereum events there, each with their unique focus. So if you want to get there, you'll have to get tickets from all of those different events. And maybe I could have a quick look at the schedule. So this is the main schedule for Devconnect. And you can see here, like, there's a ton of different events that are geared toward different abilities, right? There's advanced events, there's like intermediate events, and there's beginners events and events for everyone. So make sure to check all of these. The one which is going to be more interesting for me, and the one in which I'm more involved, is called Staking Gathering. It's an event about staking on Ethereum, and it's hosted by EthStaker. So I'll be there. I'll be probably doing some talk, and running a lot of stuff in the background, but there's still a bunch of tickets available. So if you need tickets to join, make sure to get one, and we'll talk a little more about it. But if you look at the schedule here on the website, there's so many different events. Like it's almost impossible to go to every one that you are looking for. Right, there's a bunch of these events I'd like to go, but like they happen at the same times as another event I want to go, so like it's really hard.
And you get and Remy, you get tickets for one event at a time, right? So
That's
you don't
correct. Right.
Yeah, good to know.
So you need to like let's say you want to go to the Web3 UX conference or the On conference, you have to apply and fill out a form. But then if you want to go to Staking Gathering, you have to get the tickets there. If you want to go to the ETH Amsterdam Hackathon, you have to apply to a different form. So you have to pick and choose, right? You cannot like just go and attend everything.
Good way to
Since-
make sure that you don't sign up for events you don't attend. So that's great. That's
Yeah.
a good way to manage the event.
And the venues are limited, right? So for instance, if you look at our venue here, the Staking Gathering, we are limited to 360 people. So that's why there's tickets, and that's why you have to plan in advance where you want to go, how you're gonna get there, and get the ticket in advance, right? So that's pretty much it for Devconnect. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say about it, but make sure to check out our event there, the Staking Gathering. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Next on the agenda is the ETH Staker Hackathon at Devconnect. So we have this link here. Maybe I'll paste it in the chat for people to see, and into the Discord as well. So we have our event, the Staking Gathering at Devconnect, but one of the things that we'll have there is the ETH Staker Hackathon, which is going to happen on April 21st. It's a great way for ETH Staker to incentivize people to develop staking related tools. So if you have any ideas, we'll suggest a bunch, but if you have your own ideas, if you want to work on some of the ideas we suggest, there's a lot of things that you can work on, and the best part about it are the prizes. So we'll do a judge panel, and then we'll judge your project, and if you're part of the winning project, you have a chance to win one of these very nice prizes. We have 5,000 USDC for the first place, 3,000 USDC for the second place, and 2,000 USDC for the third place. So make sure to check out our website if you're interested in participating. We have one rule, which is probably the most important one, is that you have to have at least one collaborator on your project working on site, right? And we'll have like tables, food, Wi-Fi. We'll have everything for people to work there. But yeah, you'll have to have at least one people working on site, and you can have as many people as you want working remotely. So we also have this nice panel of judges, including Torsten from Crypto Manufacture and Eve Docker, Terrence from Prismatic Labs, Colfax from Gitpoat and eStaker, Colin Myers from Obel Labs, and Stefan from Styrium. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to help us, we also have positions for volunteers and mentor or technical support. So there's a lot of things that needs to be done. But if you want to help us, we'll gladly accept all the help that you can give us.
Yeah, just to add on the hackathon thing, like if you need some ideas on what to develop on, we have some nice ideas in the hackathon channel on our Discord.
Absolutely.
And just like the prices are nice, but I think you can also get a lot of publicity just by developing one of the tools. So the idea I proposed was having like an estimator for the merge itself, and I think if it's done in nicely, you can get a lot of exposure because there's like no competition at all right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was your idea about like doing some kind of countdown for when the merge is going to happen?
Exactly, yeah. Like the idea, like the one we had on or have on Ethernodes for every hard fork that happens, but the countdown for the merge happens differently. So if someone wants to pick up on that idea and present it on the hackathon, I think it's a nice project.
That's a very simple project that can be done in a single day, and that's a very great suggestion there. We have a bunch of other suggestions in the Hackathon channel on the ETHStaker Discord, so make sure to check out those in there.
Is this the first ETHStaker hackathon, or have there been previous ones?
I believe
in
it's the
past?
first one, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Nice.
not only the first hackathon, it's also like the first physical event because ETHStaker itself started picking up when COVID started being a thing as well. So all our events were virtual, and this is the first time it's going to be a physical event for us as well. So yeah, exciting.
Yep.
Super exciting.
So let's keep going. Our next item on the agenda is the Wagyu Kijin new release. So there was this release a few days ago about this new version of Wagyu Kijin, which is a simple tool to generate your validator keys and related deposit file. So what's new with this new version is an updated version of the deposit CLI, support for Kintsugi and the Kiln testnet. We added EIP 55 checksum for the Ethereum address when you have to input one. And we added some easier navigation when you have to retype your secret recovery phrase. So nothing major there, but still a good release for us at Wagyu. Next, we'll talk about the related items on the merge and the fee recipient. I think James wanted to speak a little more about this.
Yeah. So the merge is coming. Very exciting. Well, post merge, people are going to want to receive gas fees for the transactions that they are proposing. And so, in order to enable users to receive these fees, I've just called it the fee recipient feature. The API itself is called the Prepare Beacon Proposer API, and each client team has been implementing this feature into their system so that you can define a corresponding Ethereum address to your validator key. And when you define that and you become the lucky proposer, you will get the gas fees for the transactions that you propose. So you'll have the ability to either choose one Ethereum address for all of your validator keys, or to choose a Ethereum address for each specific key. So this is going to be a very important feature for all of the stakers out there, and the current implementation for Prism is in develop. I'm sure most of the other clients have started releasing theirs as well. I definitely know that Teku has theirs out, and also Lighthouse. So this can be tested on the Kiln testnet, and we'll be introducing a couple new flags in order to do this. But if you have any questions around this, please reach out to me. So that's one way of doing fee recipients. But the question now comes: do you want to change your Ethereum address while the validator is running. So to change it dynamically, for example, if you are using the web UI and you want to introduce a new key, currently there isn't the ability to add the fee recipient at that time. So if you were a UI user, you probably wouldn't have the ability to specify specific Ethereum addresses for each of your validator keys. You would just start up your specific client with a default Ethereum address, and all your keys and the fees that they sort of process will be associated to that address. So this is sort of up in the air, and a question to the community. What would you like to see? Would you like to see a new API endpoint for this? And one of the thoughts that was brought up was the client teams are now sort of aligned on the key manager APIs that allowed for that generic UI. Can we introduce fee recipients into that? Right now, there's only 3 types of requests. There's a GET request, a POST request, and a DELETE request. So maybe in the future, we'll have a patch. But open to thoughts. Please let us know. Another interesting thought around the fee recipient is what does participation in staking pools like Lido or Rocket Pool or eventually the Opal network, what would that look like for fee recipients? If you don't have enough ETH for a particular a validator key, but you would still like to participate in staking, you would want to get the gas fees when your particular key is the one processing the transactions. So it'll be interesting to hear what are some thoughts around that.
Like one idea I can think of would be to have a fee recipient for each validator you run. So a unique one instead of using the same one for all validators.
Absolutely. And I believe some clients are already in line with support for that.
Yes, and maybe like for pools, like you mentioned, for Opal, it makes sense to change the fee recipient for after each block proposal.
That's an interesting question. Yeah. And there's a lot of things that will have to be handled when the merge come. And hopefully all the staking tools that we are developing and that the community is developing will be able to help the users. Because you'll have to, like James says, you'll have to configure the fee recipient, but maybe you'll also have to configure some middleware with in regards with MEV, and so you'll want to be able to get the MEV value of your blocks, and so hopefully all the tools that we are building will also be able to guide our users through these changes and the different options that are available for that.
Yeah, post merge, a middleware future. So as stakers already know, we're asking them to run more and more applications, different applications. You got your Ethereum 1 client, your execution client choice, then you have your consensus client choice, and your consensus client choice may be split based on which consensus client you choose. So within that consensus client, there's the beacon node and there's the validator client. And then for those users that want to protect themselves more, they might be using the Web3 signer or some other kind of remote signer. And then now we're introducing things like how do you do MEV? So that would be another system that goes in if you're participating in the OBLE network. That would be another middleware. So in the future, there might be more and more of these things, and what is sort of the user experience as a staker like.
And
So very interesting.
it's
Yeah.
probably going to get more complex, and so the tools that we are developing can really help the users there, especially the solo validating stakers.
Yeah, definitely. Like I can see like in the future maybe like Stereo can really help
Yep.
in that space or
Wagyu and
or Wagyu.
Ethereum on ARM and Eve
Yep.
Docker, all of these tools can help. Awesome.
Yep.
I think we're now to the point where we're gonna do the Poat distribution. So, as usual, we have this Google form where all you have to do is fill out the form, tell us a little bit about what you learned today during this call, and we will distribute the POAP using a POAP.delivery website, where you'll have to go to this website and enter your address again. So let me copy and paste this link in the different chat. And make sure, James, to fill this one out as well. I believe last time you forgot to get your POAP. So
Yeah, no, oh no, yeah. I'm gonna fill it out right now.
all right. All right. Next, we have this small item on the agenda about the staking tools that are already Kiln ready. So if you don't know about it, Kiln is this new testnet where we are testing the merge. So all the different clients are incentivized kind of to test their client there and see if it works. That they distributed applications also suggested to test their application theirs, because there's a few different changes on the field that will impact what's being available in terms of information after the merge for all the different applications and the smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. So in order to make this as a smooth transition as possible, we have this Kill testnet that was launched a few days ago, and we already have some of those nice staking tools that are ready for Kiln. So if I check here, I have this list. We've got Ethereum on ARMS, Wagyu Kijin, and Eve Docker that already have put a lot of efforts into having their tools ready for Kiln. If you don't know about Ethereum on ARM, they provide very nice images for people to run staking clients on ARM devices like the Raspberry Pi 4, but other ARM devices as well. And they have images that are already ready for Kiln. So if you want to test your Raspberry Pi on the Kiln network, you can simply download one of their image and just get started in a few minutes. So that's pretty awesome on their part. We did a video recently, Yorick and I, about Eve Docker. So Eve Docker is this nice CLI tool that you can use to install Docker images for the different clients and different monitoring tools for validators. And it has a small guide on how to run on Kiln. I believe you have to use a specific branch, so it's not yet merged on the main Eve Docker branch, but there's a way to get this working. And with Wagyu Kijins, we have the ability now to generate keys for the Kiln network. So that's an easier way for people to generate their own validator keys. So I believe that's all the different staking tools I know about that are Kiln ready. I don't know if you guys know of any other tools that was updated for Kiln. Maybe that's all that we know now. But if you guys know about any others, let us know. We'll add it to the list and we'll publicize it too. We'll give them a quick shout out. The last topic on our agenda for today is the Gitcoin Grant round 13. So if you don't know about Gitcoin, Gitcoin is this nice platform where we can have projects get grants and funding for their development. So the round 13 was this latest round that happened on between March 9 and March 24. So it just finished a few days ago. $1.2 million was given to all of these projects on the Gitcoin Grants program. And that's only for the matching funds, right? So the way it works, when you donate to a project, you get matched by one of these different pools of money, and your project can get a lot more fundings that way. And there's this weird quadratic formula that decides how much money you get depending on how many people that supports you. So it's not just about who gives the biggest donation. It's more about how many people are signaling their support for a specific projects. And there's a bunch of staking related projects on Gitcoin. If you've never seen those projects before, or if you've never been on the Gitcoin Grants webpage before, I've got this collection called Ethereum Staking, where we have all those nice projects, and you can see how much they raised. For instance, like if Wizard raised $6,000 and Ethereum raised $7,000. But there's a bunch of these projects, and I invite everyone who wants to keep having those nice tools and guides and take for instance the Beacon Chain Explorer. They've got their own Gitcoin grant there. Make sure to give to them so that they can keep growing and keep building their tools, right? So the Ethereum clients are also on Gitcoin Grants. Well, most of them. I believe Teku is not there, but Prism is there, Lighthouse is there, Lodestone, Nimbus, Nethermine. So there's a bunch of these clients that are on the Gitcoin Grants program, which you should donate to. So this last round just finished, and it seems to me like I've looked at some of these stats, and it seems to me like the donations were smaller, but maybe it's because we didn't spend enough time promoting the Gitcoin Grants program as much as we did previously. But I'm still glad that many of these projects managed to get funding that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the last item on the agenda. I don't know if you guys had any other things you wanted to talk about. If not, we'll just close this community call. And I just want to say thanks to everyone. Thanks to all our viewers. Make sure to fill out the form to get the POAPs for this Stakehouse community call. And we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.